Greetings, good people of Earth. It is definitely changing. The weather is warming up. The buds are coming out of my fruit trees. I've actually had to take my jumper off today, my sweater. Well, it's been a little bit of a crazy week, to be honest with you. So some of you know I have a, sorry about that. I have a little TikTok account. And in the beginning, I never really thought too much of TikTok, but I'm actually quite surprised at some of the content that I have found on TikTok. And I started posting things to do with Jesus. In particular, I read from my 200-year-old Bible that I absolutely adore. I love reading it every night. I'm just gently working through it, trying to absorb what's happening. I'm in midway through Genesis. I think I'm at chapter 36. In fact, I've got to upload some of the verses up here. I do have them in my private videos, but I haven't published them yet. So I just, kind of started posting, sharing. I did a little, so it was like a little trending video thing, and it has just gone viral. I mean, okay, granted, it's not at 1 million views or anything, but like in a few days, I'm almost at 110,000 views. So that means, all these people have seen my testimony of coming to Jesus and how I came to Jesus. And it's, the outpouring of love and appreciation and support has been immense. Truly, it's been immense. It's been amazing. And for someone that's kind of been solitary with this journey with Christ, walking with Christ, it feels really nice to have some support with that, and knowing that there are other brothers and sisters of Christ around the world, and them reaching out, because it's been a very solitary journey. And although there are some other devout Christians in this area, like one or two, there are some others, but they're not active. They're not in it. So even though there is a couple here, it's not, we don't have a massive fellowship congregation or a beautiful church we can go to and just, sing the Lord praises. I mean, we do, but, there's only like 2 or 4 of us. So, but Jesus says it in the Bible, when 2 or more come in my name, there I will be. And so we hold on to that. And we literally reiterate that every time we have a little service. Oh, what was that? I don't know if you heard that, but that almost sounded like an earthquake. That's what it felt like. But a bit of thunder, a bit of earthquake. It's almost as if Jesus was confirming what I'm saying. So anyway, it feels nice to have this. I mean, this little TikTok post just went mad overnight. Like, I literally woke up with hundreds of comments on this post. Now it's thousands, and it's just gone mental, and feels kind of weird. But people's intrigue is like, can you please do a full testimony? Can you share more? Which I may post on my TikTok. I have briefly gone into detail on the TikTok, like in the caption, but I think people want to hear it. And of course, that's attracted all sorts of people, mostly good, mostly, very positive and kind. Obviously, you're going to get your hate, especially from those in Islam. Isn't it weird? Like, these Muslims who, and no disrespect, I've been around Muslims, I live with Muslims in the Middle East. I totally respect the path. If that's what you want to do, more power to you. However, I find that these Muslim people will come to a Christian post and just start dogging the religion. I'm thinking, what's the point? You're not going to convert me. You know, they're saying, come over, come on, convert to Islam. And I'm like, not a chance, honey. And not just that, but dogging Christianity. Like, I don't think I've ever known any other faith to be hit so hard as Christian, like being persecuted for your faith. But anyway, like you got to expect that. You've got to expect that. So that's been kind of wild. And I've been really strong in my faith, you know, every day. But it's kind of the standard now, like getting up, praying. Like, I still pray when I'm in bed, like literally just giving thanks to the Lord for breath in my lungs and allowing me to see another day, and, you know, for my garden and for rain and for the plants and just all the little things that are big things. All these little things are big things. These are important things. And having a garden, having homegrown food, I feel like this is the pinnacle. It's a very slow way of life. And the deeper I feel with my faith, the more or the less attachment I feel to, you know, that old life that I had. And it's apparent to me that I was moving away from it anyway. Over the years, just slowly pulling myself away from that, because it's an addictive way of life. You know, the real material, career orientated lifestyle. And, you know, unless you have like a real meaningful career where, you know, you get some real satisfaction with helping others and, you know, something of benefit, something that's really meaningful, something that feels good, you know, where you feel like you're making a difference. I feel like making a garden's a big difference. For me, it is. I've given life to this dusty, dirty, old, prickly soil. Now I have butterflies and bees and birds and emus. When Elma comes, I haven't seen Elma today, but she has been around. But anyway, something else I wanted to share. Since I'm strong in my faith journey, something really weird happened. God is cleaning me out and really fine-tuning exactly what I am handling, what I'm doing, what I'm listening to, who I'm around. Like, there's a real cleanse going on. And I should have known better anyway, but God made the choice for me. So, you know how I'm a jeweler, you know I make, you know, jewelry and pendants and things. There are a couple of pendants on my website that I had been making, and since coming to Christ, I have felt more centered to not creating pieces other than of Christ's faith. So I was doing Egyptian pendants, Sumerian, and although the antiquity and Sumerian is fine, I've got some pieces that are just showing glyphs and things. They're not, you know, paying homage to deities and things like that. But there was one where I didn't realize it because I didn't look into it deep enough. There was one, it's called the Lion Head of Aegis. And I just thought it was something, I didn't look into it, and it's my fault. But I still had it on my website, and this is how God will direct us as to what we should be putting out in the world. Because pendants symbolize and create, they hold energy. They hold energy. You know, when you're wearing a cross on your neck, you know, that's you're projecting symbolism in, you know, if you're wearing a cross, you would assume someone is of a Christian faith, right? Well, this pendant that I had, this lion head pendant, And some are just decorative, like they have no symbology. Like I've got a dragonfly one. Like I said, I've got Sumerian glyphs that could spell somebody's name. But this lion head, I did not look into it, and I should have looked into it. And I had an order come through, a custom order of a customer on my Etsy store that wanted the Aegis lion head pendant made. And being a custom alloy, I have I created the pendant, and I have the mold for it, and you have to cast it in wax when it's in a certain alloy. That's how I do it anyway. And I usually outsource when it's a custom alloy, you know, like gold or rose gold or something that I don't have much of on hand. I will take it to my gold mill, and they cast it for me, and then they send it back to me. So I cast this pendant, and as I'm casting it, I'm thinking, God, are you happy with this? Like, is this okay? Should I be doing this? It questioned me. Looking at this pendant, I'm thinking, no, it's just a pendant. Like it's only a lion head. Like, and I dismissed it, you know, and I shouldn't have. I should have checked myself that first time where God brought it to my attention, and because I had trepidation about even processing the order. I thought, oh no, I'll just do it. I've done it now. I'll send it out and get it made. So it's a thick piece, like it's a thick metal. So it's quite, you know, it would be 2.5 to 3 mils thick, and it's solid wax. So I pour it, and it's a solid wax piece. And I also included a cross pendant, a really thin, delicate, beautiful cross pendant that I'm going to be have made in gold, and then cast for an opal ring. It's kind of like a prototype, very delicate little piece. So that all went as well, but they were much more fragile and delicate. And as you know, when I send these pieces away, they're wrapped very carefully in bubble wrap, and then they're in a solid box so that they can't break, you know, wax being wax. But jeweler's wax is different. Like it contains plastic to keep the wax very hard and durable to work with. It's not like candle wax or anything like that. Anyway, so this line